This is a story of 2 rookie cops in New Orleans who beat someone who they kept calling a fake American. The perpetrators who were arrested on scene are Spencer Sutton and John Galman. They had just recently completed their training to become police officers, and the victim is Jorge Alberto George Gomez. Here is, and this is a graphic photo of what they did to him. They approached him, according to the story. This is how the victim says it all went down. He said, he asked me if I was an American. I told him yes, and he got mad because he said I was fake, said Gomez, who described himself as a US native who was raised in Honduras before returning to live in New Orleans. They asked him why he was wearing camouflage and if he was in the military, and he just said yes. He was born here, left the country, came back, served in the military, so he had the answer. And then afterwards, I mean, the fight broke out, they beat him, and he received injuries. The police were called, the police came. They said like, we asked him if he was in the military, he said yes, we thought it had resolved itself, and he followed us to our car.
Yeah, they claim that this guy decided he was gonna take on 2 off-duty police officers and randomly attack them after they were accosting him. And of course, they found videotape that showed the exact opposite. All the witnesses plus the video shows clearly that it was the cops who attacked him. Now the good news is they took action. They were fired and they have been charged with battery. So they might, I don't know if they're gonna go to jail, they should. I mean, look at what they did to him. But a little bit of justice, so that's good news.
Well, one of the guys said that he had no recollection of what happened. He told that to investigators. I think it was Sutton who said he had no memory of the fight. Sorry, according to court documents. So whatever. People think that these things are just isolated incidences, right? But in the last 24 months, we've seen so much brutality against, and I don't want to just say just people of color, because there's people across all walks of life that are victims to brutality. But in this case, there are people who think like, oh well, this doesn't happen regularly. Yes, it does happen regularly, especially in places down south. And New Orleans was at one time one of the most violent cities in America. 5 of my uncles served on the New Orleans Police Department. Wow. My dad is a retired National Guard, and I am Honduran. My dad is Honduran, so this resonates with me. Yeah, this is like the universe working. But this happens more than ever, and these are not isolated instances. These people purposely attack this man. Well, that's like me asking you, Cenk, are you a host of a TV show or of a major network? Yes. Kicking your ass for what reason? Just to be a douche. And secondly, people are saying
it's douche culture. I'm glad you clarified that, because like there's nothing noble or amazing. Like there's nothing patriotic, even vaguely patriotic. Like, oh, you can't wear camo if you were white. If he didn't maybe have an accent, we all know it would not have turned out that way.
You're not allowed to wear camouflage if you're not in the military? Is that a new rule that I'm aware of? Is all the Duck Dynasty guys, they were everybody that in the South who is white who wears camo, they were all in the military?
Yeah, Kylie Jenner needs to really
they
watch
weren't
her
all
back.
in the military, right? And Scott Pruitt bought $2,400 worth of tactical pants. I don't know what his situation
polos
is. Right, but anyway, this is not complicated. They called him a fake American, and they didn't believe he was an American. He's Latino. Gee, I wonder where they got that from. I wonder what encouraged them to think that that was an acceptable thing to do in today's America.
And they totally got even more fragile. I interrupt you also, Jason, but they got more fragile. I can only imagine when they started, they apprehend him. They're like, hey, what are you doing wearing camo? Oh, so like you're in the military? And he's like, actually I was. And they probably got so fragile about that. They got so offended and upset that like, oh God, he was in the military. Right. We just want to be cops so we can legally do this and kick your ass.
That's the most disturbing part about it.
Yeah.
Is like, yes, there are racist people at bars who are like, let's go pick on that person. Let's go say, hey, you think it's pick some kind of pretense that doesn't apply to anything. Were you in the military? We'll ask him because he's wearing camo, BS. He says no, they're like, BS, we just want to beat you up, they do it. But those are the same people that want to be cops.
Right, and also people. That's a great point, Brett. Also, you know, a lot of people say that about like illegal immigrants. What are their contributions to our country going to be if they come here? When this person who is doing exactly what the people want illegal immigrants to do is contribute, is doing just that, and that's still not good enough.
2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below. Then you're a TYT subscriber, and second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.